Everyone says distance runners need to be skinny, that lighter is faster, and that less weight equals faster times. But the 800 meter run isn't a distance race. It's a mix between sprint speed and endurance. So the question is it better to be light like a miler or strong like a sprinter? Looking at the science of the 800 meter run, it's 50% aerobic and 50% anaerobic, meaning you need muscle for power, speed, and acceleration, but you also need aerobic efficiency and low energy costs for each step into the ground to save some energy for that last 100 meter kick. So let's go ahead and look at what the benefit is to be a slightly stronger, bulkier, and more sprint-based 800 meter runner. You have more fast twitch power than the distance-based runners, which allows you to get off the line quicker and accelerate faster. You also have better speed endurance than your opponents, which lets you maintain that top end speed for longer durations. You also have better and more efficient sprinter mechanics, which allows you to hold your form and posture under fatigue. You have higher force production for each step into the ground, which allows for faster surges amongst the race, and sprints to the finish line those last 100 meters gives you that competitive edge. And you have a lot stronger glutes and hamstrings, which equates to 800 meter horsepower, or just think overall 800 meter speed. Some good examples of these types of runners are Donovan Brazier and David Rudisha, all of which are powerful, strong, and they have these big frames that are built for fast endurance running. Although muscle is expensive to carry, it has a priceless kick those last 100 to 75 meters that can save you against those lighter builds. Now let's go ahead and look at the flip side on the benefits of being an endurance merchant or a lighter 800 meter build. You have lower energy costs per stride, meaning you can maintain your speed for longer durations. It's not as fast as the bigger builds, but in some races, slow and steady wins the race. You have a higher VO2 efficiency, basically which is a better engine for the car, more energy than most of the guys in the field. Your build and posture is easier to maintain over those 2 laps. Just think of a young Jakob Ingebrigtsen or more miler 800 meter type guys. This archetype can cruise at faster speeds for longer durations, but it could be harder to kick it into higher gear around that 600 meter mark once the race becomes a war, those final 200 meters. Now, I'm not one to say that one type of weight is better than one another. I just want to show you the difference between the two and why I chose my build as a D1 800 meter runner. First, we have to understand why more mass can hurt you in your 800 meter performance. Each extra pound increases oxygen demand, which is costing you energy each step into the ground. Excess mass causes your body to work harder to clear that lactic acid from your legs, which can slow you down significantly. Technically, you don't have to have a complete sprinter build because the upper body mass is essentially dead weight and it's going to slow you down for your race. So what is the ideal build for an elite 800 meter runner? The best 800 meter runners, they're not too skinny, but they definitely are not bodybuilders. They're lean, powerful, they have low body fat. Their body fat can be anywhere from 6% to 12%. And when they lift weights, they focus on glutes, hamstrings, and core strength. They're not trying to go to the beach and look like a bodybuilder or some type of influencer. They are simply lifting for performance-based reasons. Now, my build as a 147 800 meter runner, I stay at around 155 to 158 pounds year round. And over the years, I've tried all the different builds. Once I was 135 pounds running 156s, 155s, and even around the 2 flat to 201 mark. And I also tried the other build where I was 175 pounds and even 180 pounds at one point. And I was big and powerful. I was running 154s. I was running 48s in the 400s. I even ran 119 in the 600. Now, here was the problem with each one of those builds. My problem when I was lighter was that I didn't have enough power in my strides to run fast enough. I had endurance for days, but I couldn't kick into that next gear because I didn't have the strength in my legs. But on the reverse side, when I was heavier, I didn't have the endurance to carry my body for 2 laps. I tried eating less to make it work, but then I didn't have enough energy to train at practice. So what did I end up doing? I found my perfect balance. I accepted that my ideal weight would be around that 150 to 160 pound mark, and I focused on getting as humanly strong as possible without eating too much or eating too little. I found ways to be explosive in the weight room, focusing on those areas I touched on before. I was powerful during those sprint workouts, I was explosive, and I was also fit enough to go on those 5 to 6 mile runs around 7 flat to 650 pace, and I was also able to do mile repeats around 510 to 515 pace effortlessly. Remember that looks can be deceiving. It's not a fashion contest at the end of the day to see who can look best in the uniform. You have to find the build that matches your racing style. And for me, my racing style was getting off fast, strong, and powerful, and hanging on those last 150 meters. But to each his own. 1 pound of muscle is equivalent to about 5 pounds of fat for an 800 meter runner. The focus here is about power to weight ratio. So build the muscles that drive speed and drop the weight that slows you down to become the best hybrid athlete possible. But remember, The 800 meter run, it isn't about the size or the way that you look on the outside, but it's about the size of the heart that you have inside and the amount of will that you have to push through the pain those last 100 meters. So don't get too caught up or worried about your weight. Just focus on being the best, most disciplined 800 meter runner that you can be. The fast times are already within you. You just have to go out and run them.